Alright, today's going to be a video showing on how to maintain the PMR. Okay, so this is your normal 07 PMR. I don't think the 09s or the 010s are going to differ by much, but you're going to need your Allen keys. I'm not sure on the sizes, so don't quote me. I think it's a 1/4 Allen key. So you're going to grab your Allen key, go to your back cap here, just go ahead and get that in, and twist that off. I think it's like 2 or 3 turns. Right. Go ahead and pull that out. Okay, and you go ahead and set your gun aside. Right. And if you're wondering what this is, sorry, this is the Top Hat mod. It's basically just electrical tape, and it's taped around the back. It lowers the air volume in the back here when you shoot, and it reduces kick, reduces noise, and helps with efficiency just a little bit. But I think it's worth it. So, that's what it is. You just get electrical tape around it. Try to get up and zoom for you guys. And I go about halfway up this back wall. Okay, but onto this. So what you're going to do, go ahead and twist this top part off. Okay, and your bolt's going to come out like that. Here's your back part. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you want to get a towel. I always use this Empire towel I have. You're just going to clean every O-ring surface. Every O-ring surface. Even this one. Okay. Just go ahead and wipe all that off. Okay. And what you're going to need to do is this top O-ring. You'll either need a dental pick, or if you have spare O-rings, I use my nails and pinch it up so I can grab it and take it off. Try not to pinch it too much. You'll rip it. You'll need a new one. I think I just lost it. Oh, okay. And then after you do that, the bolt just slides back out. And this is your main bolt. And this is the top. Just go ahead and wipe every O-ring surface off. Get all the old stuff off. Okay, here's the new bolt. As you can see, I have a lot of excess lube from last time. Just gonna wipe all that off. Okay. Now you can use Dow 33. I use Smart Parts Sleek because I have EOS, and then I just got this when I bought my EOS, and this basically is Dow 33, just in a different tube. So you just get very small amount of lube on your finger. Sorry. You're just going to want to grease the O-rings. Now you always want to put a thin layer on. You don't want to see like chunks and chunks of it on. Just a very thin layer. And for PMRs, the more lube you put on it, the harder it's going to be for your gun to fire, and it's going to use more air, and it's going to be less efficient. And PMRs are already bad enough as they are on air, so just a very thin layer. That's what mine looks like. Okay, and then go ahead and grease these 2 back O-rings. And you don't need as much on these, but it's always good to have it on there. Get a little more. This back O-ring just in case. But the main O-rings are these 3 up here. If you're ever having bolt problems sticking or anything like that, and if you check your dwell automatic and something's still wrong, it's probably one of these 3 O-rings. So make sure those are good too. Then you're going to take this top part. There's an inner O-ring. Don't know if you guys can see that. There's an inner O-ring. You're going to want to put a little lube on that. Okay, and then if you want, you can put a thin layer on these O-rings just to make it easier when you slide the bolt back into the gun. Since these aren't moving when you play, it doesn't really matter. So just a small thin layer is nice. It helps when you slide the gun in so it's not so has too much friction, it'll rip the O-ring. So these O-rings can get expensive, so not everybody can afford extras. And then do the same for these back O-rings. Just very small amount, not too much. A lot of people tend to over lube their guns, and then once they over lube, over lube their bolts. Once they over lube, you tend to get lube inside when you're shooting. It gets on the paintball, causes spin, then your barrel gets dirty, then everything. Oh, and also you need to put a little lube on this too. If you don't put lube on this, sometimes your gun won't seal, and that's not good. Okay, now go ahead and put this back into this top part. Just slide that through for a bit, make sure it's all greased up on the inside. We're going to get that O-ring, put it back on the top. Okay, and put a little lube on that. Take the back part, put it in, screw it together. Now you're good. Make sure this can move freely. Now you grab your PMR. And then before you put it back in, make sure this little screw right here is sticking out. And you're going to have to line that up. And then whenever you're putting your bolt back in, just nice and smoothly in. Don't shove it in there. You'll probably tear an O-ring. And that makes your day bad. Put it back in. Screw the cap back on. And what I recommend is just make sure you have a little air on you if you're about to go play, the next morning or something like that. Just have your tank filled from the last time you went and save just like 1,000 psi, so that after you're at home, when you're done, you can air it up. As you can see, I have air in the tank. I'm gonna air it up real quick, make sure I'm not leaking. Alright, everything seems good. Alright, I'm ready to go. So that's how you lube the bolt on a 07 PMR. The 09s and the 010s are the same way. If you have any questions, put a comment below, rate, and subscribe if you want, and more videos will come. Thanks.